Good evening. Welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust, and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria, coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, Pak Prime Minister Imran Khan loses majority as key ally strikes deal with opposition. Watch the glimpses of Padma Awards 2022. 7 Indian origin techies charged in US for insider trading worth $1 million. March 30th is the occasion to celebrate World Idli Day. Rajasthan Royals share Kumar Sangakkara's moving tribute to Shane Warne. Watch the Hurdang official trailer release in our entertainment section. Stay with us on Vision of Asia for news in detail right after this short break. BJP workers today clashed with the police outside Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's residence during a protest against Mr. Kejriwal's remark on the recently released controversial movie The Kashmir Files. Addressing the media shortly after the attack, senior AAP leader Manish Sisodia made sensational claims saying that BJP wants to kill Mr. Kejriwal because they are unable to defeat him electorally. He added that politics is just an excuse and this is a clear criminal case. Several senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders have accused the Delhi police of facilitating vandalism and violence by allowing BJP leaders and workers. The police have said that around 150 to 200 protesters of BJP Yuva Morcha reached the CM's residence around 11:30 in the morning to protest against his remarks on the Kashmir Files in the Delhi Assembly. The protesters breached 2 barricades and reached outside CM House, where they created ruckus, shouting slogans, threw paint outside the door, and also vandalized a CCTV camera, a release from the police said. Imran Khan-led Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government received a massive blow by key ally and the main coalition partner, Muttahida Qawami Movement Pakistan (MQM), after it struck a deal with the opposition Pakistan People's Party (PPP). As things stand currently, the Imran Khan government has lost its majority in the lower house of Pakistan's parliament following the late-night development days ahead of the no-confidence motion or no-trust vote against Imran Khan. Pakistan's joint opposition has now 177 members of the National Assembly after the ruling coalition partner MQM-P decided to part ways with the Imran Khan-led government that is left with 164 MNAs, which is the members of National Assembly. Notably, in order to make the no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister successful, Pakistan's joint opposition requires the support of 172 MNAs. The no-trust vote against Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, which is expected to take place on April 3rd. President Joe Biden's Deputy National Security Advisor for Economics, Dileep Singh, will travel to New Delhi and meet government officials to discuss Russia's war against Ukraine and develop an economic framework for the Indo-Pacific, the White House said on Tuesday. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is also planning to visit India, one of the biggest buyers of Russian commodities. New Delhi has called for an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine but has refused to explicitly condemn Moscow's actions. India has also abstained from voting on multiple UN resolutions on the war. Singh will consult closely with counterparts on the consequences of Russia's unjustified war against Ukraine and mitigating its impact on the global economy, the White House said in a statement. Last week, Biden said only India among the Quad group of countries was somewhat shaky in acting against Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. Russia promised on Tuesday to scale down military operations around Ukraine's capital and north, while Kyiv proposed adopting neutral status in confidence, building steps that were the first signs of progress towards negotiating peace. 7 Indian origin persons have been charged by US federal authorities with insider trading in a scheme through which they made over $1 million in illegal profits. Hari Prasad Shore, Lokesh Lagudu, and Chotu Prabhu Tej Palugam are friends and worked as software engineers at Twilio, a San Francisco-based cloud computing communications company, the Securities and Exchange Commission said Monday. The SEC announced insider trading charges against the 7 individuals for allegedly generating more than $1 million in collective profits by insider trading ahead of Twilio's positive first quarter 2020 earnings announcement on May 6, 2020. The SEC's complaint filed in the Northern District of California charges each of the defendants with violating anti-fraud provisions of the Security Exchange Act. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of California also announced criminal charges against Mr. Kamujula. President Ramnath Kovind on Monday conferred Padma Awards on 74 distinguished personalities at a civil investiture ceremony that was held at Rashtrapati Bhavan. This year's list comprised of 4 Padma Vibhushan, 17 Padma Bhushan and 107 Padma Shri awards. 34 of the awardees were women, and the list also included 10 people from the category of foreigners, non-resident Indians and overseas citizens of India, besides 13 posthumous awardees. Let's watch the highlights.
Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Prabha Atre. श्री कल्याण सिंह मरणोपरांत लोक कार्य, उनके पुत्र श्री राजवीर सिंह। डॉक्टर प्रतिभा राय, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री टी सेनका आओ, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री अखौन असगर अली बशारत, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर हरमहेंद्र सिंह बेदी, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री HR केशव मूर्ति, कला थिएटर। श्री सोनू निगम, कला गायन। डॉक्टर चिरवर्धन, प्रबंध विद्या, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। परम पूज्य गुरु टुल्कू रिम्पोचे, अध्यात्म। डॉक्टर वीरा स्वामी सेशिया, चिकित्सा डायबिटोलॉजी। श्रीमती प्रभाबेन सौभाग्यचंद शाह, समाज सेवा। डॉक्टर तात्याना शौम्यान, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री गुरु डॉक्टर बालाजी तांबे, मरणोपरांत, चिकित्सा आयुर्वेद। उनकी पत्नी श्रीमती वीना तांबे। डॉक्टर संजय राजाराम, मरणोपरांत, विज्ञान एवं इंजीनियरिंग। उनके पुत्र श्री जयप्रकाश राजाराम। श्री सुमित अंतिल, खेल जेवलिन। श्री नीरज चोपड़ा, खेल जेवलिन। श्री रत्कर कोर्तनहोर्स्ट, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री शंकरा नारायणन मेनन चुंडाइल, खेल मार्शल आर्ट। खांदो वांगचुक भूटिया, चित्रकला। प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर मारिया क्रिस्टॉफ ब्रिस्की, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्रीमती लॉरेम्बम बीनो देवी, कला। श्री कोंगमपट्टू एवी मुरुगन, कला संगीत। श्री धनेश्वर इंगती, साहित्य एवं शिक्षा। श्री रियोको हीरा, व्यापार एवं उद्योग। पंडित शिवनाथ मिश्र, कला संगीत। श्री शेरिंग नामग्याल, कला। श्री अमय महालिंग नायक, कृषि।
March 30th is the occasion to celebrate World Idli Day. Idli is a type of savory rice cake from the Indian continent, popular as a breakfast food in both southern India and Sri Lanka. The celebration of the day started a few years ago when a passionate idli lover decided to dedicate a day to this South Indian staple food. If I could, I would have idli all day, every day. Safe to say that it's one of my all-time favorite food items. Anil Kapoor, actor and producer, had tweeted about idli a few years back. British chef Gordon Ramsay also went gaga over idli's smooth texture and called it an international dish, saying that the simple Indian snack is destined for bigger things. But do you know that idli did not actually originate in India? Food historian K.T. Acharya claims that it's inspired by an Indonesian dish called kedli. There are also many who oppose this theory, including those who believe that it was the Arab traders in the southern belt who introduced idlis to the region when they settled down there. Irrespective of where idli originated, the fact remains that it is one of the healthiest foods known to mankind. With zero saturated fat and cholesterol, the low-calorie idli is high on nutrients.
Growing up, my mother would take my sister, Maya, and me back to what was then called Madras. because she wanted us to understand where she had come from and where we had ancestry. And of course, she always wanted to instill in us a love of good idli.
इतने बड़े बड़े गेस्ट हैं उनको खाने को तो पूछ रहे कप्पू इडली आलिया आपके लिए
राजमौली सर के लिए कुछ नहीं।
अरे बाबा बाहुबली के डायरेक्टर हैं वो उनको ऐसा नॉर्मल इडली थोड़ी खिलाएंगे
क्या खिलाएंगे फिर?
कौन है वो चारों दिशाओं में तेज सा वो छाया
IPL franchise Rajasthan Royals on Wednesday shared a video of its director of cricket, Kumar Sangakkara, who paid a moving tribute to former Rajasthan Royals captain and mentor Shane Warne, who had guided the team to the IPL title in 2008. Cricket legend Shane Warne had died earlier this month at the age of 52. Warne was remembered in a state memorial service in Melbourne on Wednesday, with music superstars Elton John and Chris Martin performing by video link. The King of Spin was honoured at a 2-hour service at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, with more than 50,000 free tickets handed out. It was beamed live to cricket grounds across Australia and watched around the world. Looking forward to a future without Shane is inconceivable. His heartbroken father Keith said after batting great Donald Bradman's granddaughter Greta sang the national anthem to kick off proceedings. Warne's son Jackson said there was no other better place in the whole world to hold the memorial than the famous MCG, where Warne made so many memories, including a hat-trick in an Ashes test against England and taking his 700th test wicket.
How do you define Warnie? It's one of the hardest things to do. He was larger than life, and he broke the mold. Never liked structure, never liked restrictions. He was just this person who gave all of himself for everything that he did on the field, off it, family, friends. I could talk about what he did on the field in terms of his skill, in terms of his genius, how great his cricketing brain was, how tactically he was a genius. But it all pales in comparison to how he touched people when he interacted with them. He had a big heart that had room for everyone. He made people believe the impossible was possible. He believed he could do anything, and he believed that if you were with him on that field or if you were in his company, you could do the same. He was larger than life. He was authentic. He was unique. He was original. He lived life to the fullest. He lived life exactly the way he thought it should be lived. And all of us loved him for it. It's a tough time for all of us, for those who knew him well, for his family, for his fans. And as he goes on his final journey, just wanted to say that I'm sending him and his family all my love, just appreciating the mark that he left in all our lives, on the cricketing world in general. But most of all, saying thank you to him, for being the king, for being Warnie. God will bless you, my friend, and God will keep you. And to his family, much love, God's blessings and strength.
Producer Joseph Patel is the first Patel ever to win an Oscar. The 94th Academy Awards honored Joseph Patel, who worked on Summer of Soul, which won Best Documentary Feature. After the win, Patel said to Variety, Riz Ahmed earlier tonight became the 9th South Asian to ever win an Academy Award. I became the 10th, and also, this will please my mother. I'm the first Patel ever to win an Oscar. The documentary has also bagged various notable awards at events including the Sundance Film Festival, Critics' Choice Documentary Awards, National Board of Review, British Academy Film Awards, and Producers Guild of America, among others. Patel also showcased his celebratory mood as he posted a glimpse of the Oscar trophy alongside a bottle of champagne. Hurdang is an upcoming Indian Hindi language romantic film directed by Nikhil Nagesh Bhatt and produced by Shailesh R. Singh under his banner of Karma Media and Entertainment. The film features Sunny Kaushal, Nusrat Bharucha and Vijay Varma in the lead roles. The film is a love story set in the backdrop of the student agitation of 1919 Allahabad. It is scheduled to release theatrically on April 8, 2022. Let's watch the trailer.
ये तुम्हारा या हमारा बात नहीं है, ये सब स्टूडेंट लोग का बात है। डड्डू नाम है हमारा, डड्डू ठाकुर। हम बनेंगे IAS।
डड्डू बाबू को खाली यूनिवर्सिटी में हुड़दंग मचाना है, पढ़ लिख के कुछ बनो।
आप यहाँ क्या कर रही हैं?
जूता मार के मुंह तोड़ देंगे, गर्लफ्रेंड है हम।
न जागा न सोया कहाँ मैं।
पिछले हफ्ते ही ब्रेक ऑफ किया था ना आपने हमसे।
हफ्ता हो गया, तुम मनाने भी नहीं आए।
पिछले 10 साल से 777 बार ब्रेक ऑफ कर चुकी हैं आप।
अगली बार आएंगे ना, जान मार देंगे।
एक पल ठहरता नहीं।
इसे आगे मत डाला करो, किसी दिन चल गई तो तुम हमारे किसी काम के नहीं रहोगे।
क्या यही प्यार है?
जब तक तुम IAS नहीं बनोगे तब तक हमारा शादी तो तुमसे होने से रहा।
प्यार है।
हम हिंदी में बात करेंगे, हमारा अंग्रेजी थोड़ा मुलायम है।
सेंटर रिजर्वेशन का कमीशन पास करने वाला है। आंखें खोल लो डड्डू, सरकार धारा 144 लगा दिया है।
ये साला सब स्टूडेंट लोग हमारे बोलने पर हमारे साथ खड़े हुए। जिंदगी में पहली बार ऐसा लगा कि हम कुछ गजब कर रहे हैं।
अल्लाह तेरी।
And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at ITVGold, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you are in the Tri-State or in the Chicago area for community news, entertainment, and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Nidhi Kathuria signing off.